Red freaking alert, my friends. I just put the finishing touches on one of my most favorite free masterclasses I've ever created. It's called How to Recession Proof Your Business with One Digital Course. And not only will I be sharing how to actually create a course that will give you more stability in today's uncertain times, I'm going to specifically walk you through 5 strategies to create and launch a profitable digital course from scratch. What I know for sure is that a digital course is such a flexible and profitable offer that just adding one to your business can stabilize your household income when your primary income is a little less than certain. But it can also be the building blocks to an entire profitable business if you want it to be. There's so much opportunity packed inside a single digital course, and I'm teaching you 5 strategies to create and launch yours as soon and as simply as possible inside my free masterclass. Go to amyporterfield.com/masterclass to sign up for a time that works best for you. amyporterfield.com/masterclass. Welcome to another Wisdom Wednesday. I'm so excited you're tuning in for a few minutes of knowledge because this week I pulled a special clip from one of my guests that I go back to again and again. Get ready for a knowledge bomb because this one is so good. Enjoy.
So I like to use the phrase that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement.
Okay, say that one more time.
The same way, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. So the same way that money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them across time. And the challenge is on any given day, especially at the beginning of any process, like on day 1 or day 10, the difference between something that's 1% better or 1% worse is pretty insignificant on the first day. Like, what is the difference between eating a burger and fries for lunch or eating a salad?
Right.
Not a whole lot on any given day. Like, your body looks the same in the mirror at the end of the night. The scale hasn't really changed. It's only 2 or 5 or 10 years later that you start to see a pretty significant difference between those habits that have compounded for you versus the ones that have compounded against you. And this, I think, is one of the challenges, or maybe the first hurdle that we need to cross, which is that getting 1% better each day is not insignificant. In fact, it's very significant and might be actually the only way that change really happens in the real world. For whatever reason, the results of success tend to be highly visible and easy to discuss and compare, but the process of success is often hidden from view. And so we like to look at people who, have an article that goes viral online or become an online sensation overnight and gain 1 million followers. But the truth is things almost never happen in an overnight success kind of fashion. Even in those cases, the music star who becomes an overnight sensation, well, they've been practicing for a decade now.
Right.
Or the article that goes viral, well, it turns out that there was actually 80 hours of research that went into that. And so by focusing on 1% improvements and accumulating those over time, you can start to get some of those results that actually look very impressive on the back end, but are often the natural outcome of many small improvements accumulating before. And that, I think, is one of the reasons why I believe habits are so significant, is that they offer perhaps the best avenue for getting those 1% improvements each day. Because if you can just build a slightly better habit, then you can just let that compound for you day in and day out. And that's why I say that, like, good habits make time your ally, but bad habits make time your enemy. And if you have good habits, all you need is just for time to work for you. You just need to be patient. If you have bad habits, though, every day that clicks by, you put yourself behind the 8 ball a little bit more. And so that, I think, is one of the central reasons why small habits matter so much. They don't just add up, they compound.
And I think patience has to be a big part of that. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course. And this is one of the challenges, which is that with any compounding process, the greatest returns are delayed.
Yeah.
And You can see that in pretty much any area. I mean, I actually, like in the case of like subscriber growth for my articles and email list, well, that actually did follow sort of an exponential curve, but even still, the results were mostly delayed. Now, the funny thing about this is that time will pass anyway, and so it often doesn't take as long as you might think to get a really amazing result if you're reliable and patient. So like in my case, I wrote a new article every Monday and every Thursday for the first 3 years. And it was really that writing habit that led to the growth of hundreds of thousands of subscribers and so on. But 3 years actually isn't that long in the grand scheme of things. But at the same time, most people will not write two great articles every week for 3 years.
Right.
And so it requires a certain amount of patience and reliability, a certain amount of focus. In the moment, it feels very long. In retrospect, it feels very short.
So true. I got to tell my listeners, because I talk about list building almost every day in my business. And when I picked up your book and you had a story around building your subscriber list, I was so surprised. I didn't think I'd read that between the pages of this book.